Hey guys, welcome to another episode in the deep playthrough of Hitman World of Assassination. Previous episode, the game crashed again over here. If I put borderless window mode, which weirdly is called... Damn it, not here. Which weirdly is called full screen, but actually it is borderless window. Exclusive full screen is genuine full screen. I think that fixes the crashing, at least from I did one episode with borderless windows. It seems to fix it, but the colors are totally off then. It's much more blender. So really exclusive full screen is the way to go. So, but it again crashed in this area in a level which is much less dense than Mumbai or Dubai, where it also crashed. So it has nothing to do with density of NPCs. I have no idea what it is, but so I did a little bit more browsing on the forums, and someone said, yeah, maybe if you turn autosave off, but yeah, master difficulty level you hardly have autosave. I think on easy mode it's once a minute autosave, professional once every 5 minutes, and master I think it's turned off. But anyways, I flipped the switch, and then yesterday I did some play testing here. I just run around seeing if it would crash. It didn't crash, so pretty sure that it will crash eventually anyways. But yeah, so basically I'm not going borderless window. If there are areas where it does seem to crash, like in Marrakesh I had one area, in Mumbai I had one area, I could make it consistently crash if I approached a certain location. If I find that here as well, then I will just simply avoid that location. But I thought maybe that was this location, but yeah, it's not crashing now. So otherwise, what I maybe will do, if I do notice a location that crashes a lot, but which I still need to explore for items and stuff, I will turn off ray trace reflections, because I think that also increases the chance of crashing. Anyways, lots of talk. Long story short.
Hello, sir.
The game is still unstable, even in a relatively low density level like Thornbridge Manor. We were exploring this room, so we found this secret passageway, and also this is, I think, a challenge. Once Alexa Carlisle comes down the stairs, I think then you can, and you are peeping through the hole, that I think you can complete a challenge. What else? There was a map here. I think we already picked it up in the previous episode. A floor plan of Thornbridge Manor detailing several hidden rooms and passages, one of which connects to Zachary Carlisle's bedroom. So Zachary Carlisle is her brother. He's lying over there in his bed, dead. His bedroom was closed from the inside, so suggesting it was a suicide. But then we found this secret passageway, and apparently there are more. I cannot open it from here, by the way. You need an item. Apparently there are more of these secret rooms, which is pretty cool. By the way, that's a pretty big rabbit in that painting compared to the dog. It's like 3 times the size of the dog.
Looking good today, sir.
I really could not live in a house like this with all these freaky paintings. Check it out. Ah, that's, you see that eye that is a little bit blacker than the other one. That's the hole that we were peeking through. So where is the hole that we were peeking through here? Can we see that hole? It was looking at over there, so I don't see any hole here, to be quite honest. Maybe in the painting frame. Nope. Alright, normally the game is quite consistent with, or realistic with these things. If there is a hole, then you should be able to see it on the other side. Let's check it again. Anyways, there are more from these secret passageways, which is super cool, I find. Alright, so here is the hole. It's a little bit low on neck height, shoulder height. And then how far from the door is it? 1, 2, 3. 3 steps. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it should be here on neck height. Shoulder height. Yeah, maybe it is over there. I don't know. The other hole over here in the painting is more pronounced. That one you can really see. Anyways, I really like that vibe of. I find it a very freaky manner, but I like that detective vibe with secret hidden passageways, etc. So now let's explore this room a bit further. So what do we have? We have the guy over there.
Why don't you use your camera to scan the dead body, 47?
Alright, we have this mirror, which is a one-way mirror.
Throat markings indicate a rare, short-lived plant poison killed him. Spread shows time of death at around 10 o'clock last night.
You do know your poisons, 47.
Right, so that's the poison that I think in the previous episode or the one before, there was this family member, I don't know if it's a daughter or a sister of Alexa Carlisle, I think, in the greenhouse in the garden, messing about with poisonous plants. The dead body of Zachary Carlisle found in the victim's bed, marks on his neck suggest he was killed by a rare, short-lived plant poison around 10 p.m. last night. I also look forward to playing the latest Sherlock Holmes game. To be honest, this feels like a Sherlock Holmes game in its own right. Chateau. All these bottles, there are also a lot of them from other levels. This one, I don't really remember, but this is, I think, Paris. There's a wine cellar. This is also the level, what was it? Santa Fortuna, Colombia, I think. This one, maybe also Whittleton Creek with Janus, the first constant of Providence. He was, I think, ex-KGB. That's the funny thing. If these are like real liquor brands in this universe, then there is no problem reusing these assets, because people here in Thornbridge Manor could have bought the same brand of liquor as somebody in Colombia or in Paris. Right.
Zachary was shopping for new Wellingtons last night. Not exactly what you would expect from someone suicidal.
Excellence bottles. Uru.
Zachary's suicide note. Also, a sample of handwriting. It could be relevant to compare to other samples to establish its authenticity. I believe you've done a thorough search of the crime scene, 47. Maybe it's time to see the butler. I'm curious about the information he's prepared for you.
She has such a nice voice. It's sexy, yet stern, yet intelligent. She's an amazing character, I find, Diana. Lafitte dell'Uomo, Antonio Buccelli. Alright, let's see what we have. Suicide note found in Zachary Carlisle's bedroom. It reads, I'm haunted by horrible past choices and their all-consuming consequences. Alexa was the raft keeping me afloat. Without her, I cannot go on. Goodbye. Signed, Zachary. A laptop in Zachary Carlisle's bedroom, showing that Zachary was shopping for Wellington boots last night. Right, let's check it outside. Ah, we have a shortcut. God damn it, we missed a crowbar. The safeguards. Sorry, I'm really autistically exploring now, but war rages in the southern countries instead of countries after Cook. White House in the dark. We already read that one. Alright, where? I did write it down. That is why it's handy to write stuff down. Crowbar near grave on a crate. Right side house near flower van. Yeah, probably I'm going to do that now. Open up that shortcut. The daily tidings. We already read that one. Oh shit, we cannot get down here. God damn it. Alright, let's get down through the insides.
Wilkinson accused of sordid affair with personal assistant. He should have listened to me. Don't get your meat where you get your bread. That's what I told him.
Please keep your comments to yourself, Gregory.
So that is Gregory. Alright, let's open up that shortcut and then see the butler. Because I assume, hopefully it also works with autosave turned off, but normally shortcuts are persistent. So even if you exit the game, you don't save, it is they stay open.
Yeah, I told Kate about the test. Well, I thought she'd be mad at me, but
Pretty handy. Alright, there's supposed to be... Here it is.
Mary is so upset, as she's never seen a dead body before.
Poor thing.
Alexa back from the dead, a make-believe funeral, a murder mystery. Oh, it's all too much.
Yeah, we'll all need a vacation when this is over.
really get a number on you.
Here, the game seems to run totally fine, actually.
I will have to pack your trespassing,
Oh,
and I don't
fuck.
do warning shots.
Funny. My mother always said I had good hands, so I should have been a surgeon. Thank you. Please proceed.
That's the weird thing with this game. It really crashes so randomly without any rhyme or reason. Man, how can you live in such a freaky house? I really prefer like a one bedroom or one room even apartment.
How are you, sir?
That's maybe not true. I wanted to say above this house, but... Oh, pretty nice detail on the woods. You see actually the blemishes and stains of years of usage. Right, I think that's also a challenge. So at least we did some progress or minimal progress in this episode. One challenge.
Hello there, sir.
I wonder whether I'm still silent assassin. Yes, I am actually. Alright, and is that autosave still turned off? Yes. Yeah, because I also read about people saying it crashes because autosave it's connected to online synchronization or stuff. It wouldn't surprise me if it has something to do with that. And you can play the game in offline modes, but then it's severely restricted. You don't have challenges, you don't have achievements, you cannot do a lot of game modes. It's crazy how they limited offline play for a single player game. It's not even a multiplayer game. Right.
Mr. Fernsby, I'm done with the crime scene.
Did you establish a time of death?
Zachary died around 10 o'clock last night.
Well, that means the staff were off duty. And Madame Carlyle and her security didn't arrive until this morning. That leaves Madame's family and myself as the only persons here when he died. And before you ask, no, I do not have an alibi. I was alone in my office at the time of death. Here's the material that I prepared for you. It's a list of the possible suspects and their quarters. Hopefully that will help you keep track of your findings. Please come and see me when you've solved the case, and I will take you to Madame Carlyle.
This is very useful information, 47. So how does one solve a murder mystery, 47? Motive, means, and opportunity, I believe. May I suggest you ask the suspects for alibis? Or perhaps do you prefer searching the manor for clues first?
Right, let's ask for some alibis.
Yo, Anne, what's up? Relax, man. I said I'd get you money. It's just gonna take a little longer. Jeez, and how's that my fault? Just calm the fuck down, Ant. You know I'm good for it. I'm a Carlyle. I'm made of money. Just lean back and enjoy the interest. Meanwhile, go and have some drinks on me. No, Christ, I'm gonna hang up. Gotta go.
All right.
How's everything coming along, Elaine?
Very well, Mr. Fernsby.
Make sure you focus on your work.
I will.
I don't need one more maid crying in the kitchen. So watch yourself around young Mr. Patrick.
Don't worry about me.
Patrick Carlyle.
Patrick Carlyle. Can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Shit, it's that sneaky butler, isn't it? He ratted me out. Elaine, give us some privacy, would you? Don't tell Mother, okay? She's really tense these days, and the last thing I need is more hassle. I took that pretty blonde, Rosie, for an evening stroll. I mean, how the fuck am I expected to cope for an entire weekend in this shithole? I'm bored out of my mind. If that's all, I think I'll get back to my slow death by boredom.
Patrick Carlyle, the son of Emma and Gregory. Patrick is a suspect in the murder of Zachary Carlyle. Patrick claims he was with a staff member called Rosie at the time of Zachary's death.
No, Christ, I'm gonna hang up. Let's talk when you've calmed the fuck down.
What did you think of Zachary?
Creepy as hell. No ambition. Imagine deciding to live in a museum. You know, Father says Zachary and Alexei used to be two of a kind. He had a great future ahead of him, then suddenly he just gave up everything. What an idiot. Thank God Daddy chose looks and brains over pedigree when he married Mummy. I don't have to worry about the inbreeding so customary in these circles. So, is that it?
Did you see anything suspicious last night?
No. I reckon Zachary tops himself. I know I would have. Or perhaps Mr. Fernsby. I don't like him. He could have done it.
He says he found Zachary creepy as hell and to have no ambition, and adds that the deceased once had a promising career but gave it up to live in isolation. Lastly, Patrick suggests Zachary might have killed himself, or that Mr. Fernsby could have done it.
Mr. Patrick, can I do anything for you?
Yes, actually. Could you speed up time so I don't die from boredom? I fear I may not survive an entire weekend in this shithole.
Perhaps a brisk walk in the garden would do you good.
I said speed up time, not my passing. Now just go away, will you?
Of course, sir. I'll come back later.
How very kind of you, dear Mr. Fernsby. I hope to see you soon. Creepy old git.
Map of the world. Leaf and life. Natural beauty, England at its best. All things great for the British countryside. Yeah, I do think that the British countryside can be pretty nice. By the way, this is also a challenge related to this pool
May I get
table.
you anything, Mr. Patrick?
Privacy? Maybe stop keeping an eye on me? Who put you up to this? Mother?
Just doing my rounds.
Right.
God, I hate this place. I totally get why Zachary's such a weirdo. I'm losing it, and I only arrived yesterday. He didn't leave Thornbridge for 50 years.
I prefer it. Speak ill of the dead, Mr. Patrick.
Yeah, well, if there's nothing good to say,
Then you should hold your tongue.
Right, but there is actually over here. I think here, this one. He is playing pool. Right, let's wait one more minute. Maybe he goes back to the pool table. We now picked up the pool, the ball, billiard ball. So maybe that will trigger something. There he goes.
How tall are you? You could be a model, you know.
Right.
I'm serious. I have a friend who's a model. She says that's the sweet, sweet life. You should come and stay at my place in London. We can have her come over. Give you some tips.
I'm quite happy here, thanks.
I probably have to get all these balls or something. Can I now pick up this one? No, I cannot. So what the hell do I have to do for this challenge?
On top of things, Elaine?
Sure am, Mr. Fernsby. Coming along just fine.
I trust Mr. Patrick is not interfering with your work. We need everything ready for tomorrow.
He's just bored, I think. I can work while we talk.
Just leave it at talking, Elaine. Mr. Patrick is not acquainted with how things are done here.
I'm fine. Thanks for checking in.
Right, we place a number 3 ball. Not sure whether that will do anything. Bathroom.
Gutenberg, hello. Yeah, listen. Listen. I understand that you need to talk to Anthony. Calm down. Yes, I understand. I'm sure we can come to some arrangement, but you really need to talk to Anthony. He's the man with the papers. Listen, you know who I am, who my grandmother was, right? Just relax. It'll be fine. You'll get your return. Don't worry. Give Anthony a call, okay?
Not sure what to make of that painting or drawing. Alright, there it goes.
You like, reading? You look really smart, in a good way, I mean.
I do like reading.
Really? I like reading too. I read all the time. Literature and such.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Nope, nothing is happening.
Glad to see you're still alive, Mr. Patrick.
Still alive, still bored out of my mind.
Is there anything I can get for you?
Drugs, portal to London, both would be great, actually.
Well, do let me know if you need anything.
Do I need to knock him out with a pool ball? Can we hide him anywhere?
It's me. Got your text.
Yes.
Fine,
there.
I'll figure something out, okay? Don't worry.
Anybody there?
Oh, that was a close call. Let's see if we are these. These are not uniforms that we can use. Let's see if that did the challenge. I don't think it did, but you never know. It did. Nice. Pacify Patrick Carlisle with the pool ball. Alright. By the way, let's first check out over here. The bathroom. Right, over here we already checked it out.
Did you give the Fitzpatrick token to Madame Carlisle's daughter?
She's insistent, that one. She kept asking all kinds of questions. Who had the other one? Why I gave it to her, that sort of thing. You did make sure she didn't see you give the other one to the butler?
Right, so the other one, I wrote it down. The butler has one, and I think Alexa Carlisle's daughter. I think. Sorry, there's a pretty big difference from light till dark if you open a door. Now it looks super bright, and then if you step outside, it's much darker. Anyways, I really like the color tone in this level for the rest. And we are casually exploring. Man, there's so much crap in this house. Old paintings, random coat hangers. A gazillion stuff. Alright, distraction device. What the hell is that? Crap? Shrimps. They do really capture that vibe with butterflies, stuffed animals. How do you say that in English when a dead animal... one moment, I'm just making that a learning moment. I think it's stuffed animal, I'm not sure. Anywho, this is just the balcony that we already checked out. Ah, there are parrots over there. And the greenhouse, we already checked this out. Where does this one go? There are a lot of rain pipes that you can use to get in. Who is this? Rebecca Carlisle. Ah, I think that is the daughter. One moment. Alexa, Carlisle's daughter. Rebecca. Blue shirt. Almost done. Just updating the notes, which will be handy once we really go challenge hunting. Alright, this is some freaky memento room.
Phil, did you find out if the vote was notarized? But how the hell did that happen? Nope, we all signed it. I gave it to him in person. He says he got it notarized the very same day. Right, listen. You go to their office and ask for Cheryl. She's the best they've got. Tell her you want to see the records. And don't take no for an answer. And call me as soon as you've got them. Thanks, Phil. We'll get to the bottom of this.
Rebecca Carlisle, can you tell me about yesterday evening?
We don't really see much of each other, my brothers and I. I suppose it takes our mother's funeral to bring us together, and even then, it's not like we sit on each other's laps. Now, let's see. Patrick, Gregory's son, disappeared straight after dinner. You know, I think he might be in some sort of trouble. Edward wanted to go as well, but Gregory convinced him to stay for a few drinks before they went off for a pint at the local at 9:15. I swear Gregory enjoys Edward's discomfort over staying here. I had a conference call with my New York office at 9, so I spent 3 hours on my laptop in my room and went straight to bed afterwards. I don't know about Emma. She did act a bit strange.
Who the hell is Emma?
You know, I bet she was making lists for changes needing to be done once she gets her hands on Thornbridge Manor. Quite the shock she had when Mother arrived during breakfast. Is that everything, Mr. Whitmer? I do have a lot to see to.
Tell me about Zachary. Did he act strange last night?
You know, now you mention it, he was a lot more chatty than usual. He wanted to know about my connections in the publishing business. Apparently, a friend of his is writing a book, which strikes me as very peculiar. I didn't think he had any friends. Is there anything else you want to ask me?
Anything else you feel like mentioning?
I may be wrong, but I saw Mr. Fernsby, the butler, leave Zachary's room early this afternoon. And he seemed a bit startled when he saw me in the hallway. It's probably nothing. Oh, and one more thing. Please be kind to Edward. He can only take so much.
Alright, what I was thinking of doing...
You've got to be kidding me.
Is we only have like 6... Why is she not flipping distracted? I cannot really take her out here. But she is carrying one of those coins. I was thinking and also the butler has the second coin. And I think that here it is. This is also the Milton Fitzpatrick. I think that's also a challenge, getting those coins. So how can I take her out if she is not distracted by coins? Here, this is a good spot to take her out, right? Yeah. Right, there she comes. Oh shit, I cannot close these doors.
Oh. Hey, is anyone here?
And now that...
Nice.
Flipping... Alright, you may walk away, lady.
Is that those bloody idiots messing around again?
Right, will that guy see me? Nope. Alright, she does not have... Ah, here's a token.
That's a token for a vault in the Milton Fitzpatrick London Bank. You need a pair, and you gain access, no questions asked. I bet that's where Madame Carlyle keeps a copy of the Edwards file.
Right, so we need the other token. I think Fernsby has it. Fernsby, where the hell are you? Ah, I think Fernsby once in a while moves over here. Then we can take him out. Where will we hide? Will we hide him? Already. We don't need to hide him. I have to end the game anyways, and I cannot save anymore. So I already used the save yesterday while playtesting. So this is just messing about, exploring, and yeah, I am doing that murder mystery, of course, but let's read what we got. We have a key to the room in which Rebecca Carlyle is staying. The office of Mr. Fernsby, the butler. The room is accessible through the storage room in the staff quarters on the ground floor of the mansion. The bedroom in which Rebecca Carlyle is staying. The room located on the middle floor of the mansion towards the parking area. Emma and Gregory's room. The bedroom in which Emma and Gregory Carlyle are staying. The room is located on the middle floor of the mansion towards the cemetery. Ah, I only found 5 out of 6 clues, so there's another clue there. Zachary Carlyle, Alexa's younger brother and fellow resident of Thornbridge Manor. Zachary was found dead in his bed this morning, and despite the suicide note and doors locked from the inside, Alexa is convinced he was murdered. Rebecca Carlyle's token. A token to the Milton Fitzpatrick London branch carried by Rebecca Carlyle. A set of 2 tokens grants access to a deposit box in the bank to whoever holds them. This deposit box likely contains a copy of the case file on Arthur Edwards. According to the bodyguards, shit, this is such a confusing, again, menu. But man, there's a lot of intel here. Ah, okay, these are the categories. I was already wondering. I didn't even went into this bedroom yet, so I was like, how do I have an intel item for it? But it's only the category. And then the clues that you find in that bedroom will probably they will be categorized under this entry. And then Zachary's room, Rebecca's room. So Rebecca is, I think, one of the daughters. Butler Fernsby, miscellaneous keys and keycards. Zachary is the grandson. Emma is the daughter-in-law of Alexa Carlyle. The suspects. Why is Zachary, the victim, categorized under suspects? No idea. Tokens. According to the bodyguards, Rebecca Carlyle and Mr. Fernsby, the butler, have each been given a token for the Milton Fitzpatrick Bank. When combined, the tokens grant access to a deposit box to whoever holds the set. This deposit box may well contain a copy of the case file on Arthur Edwards. Ah, that's the one we already read, I think. Right, so hopefully...
Hi there.
Where is that butler guy? I think the butler office is over here.
That is the door to Mr. Fernsby's office.
Right, does this Could the token be here somewhere? I don't see a token. So where is Fernsby?
Will take place as planned. No one can know that I am still alive. I expect you all to act
Taking a picture actually is also a challenge.
your part. Last, as you all know, I have a lot on my plate and need to focus on sorting
Was this a challenge? Yes, it was. Take a photo of Alexa Carlisle during the family meeting.
out, so please do not disturb me with your petty concerns. You are all adults, and as part of the elite...
We will listen to that dialogue fully later on. There he is. There goes my token, wandering off. Right, and he's going exactly where I want him. Ah, maybe not. But we could maybe lure him. I wonder whether... Yeah, I was afraid it's too far.
Find out what that was.
No problem.
Alright, do I have the token? No, we don't. Can we hide a body? Yes, we can. Can we get this disguise? No, we can't. And a token. Very nice. Set of bank tokens. A set of tokens to the Milton Fitzpatrick London branch obtained from Mr. Fernsby and Rebecca Carlisle. The set grants access to a deposit box in the bank to whoever holds it. This deposit box likely contains a copy of the case file on Arthur Edwards. Alright, so while really being super mellow and not really doing much, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, challenges done. So I'm pretty happy with that.
Good job, 47. You now have both tokens needed for us to get the file on Arthur Edwards from the London Vault. Time to take care of Alexa Carlisle.
No. Why is the music stopped suddenly? No idea. Because now the... we also took down... I do hear the music very faint. But we took down the butler, and I wonder whether you can even complete the murder mystery if you take down the butler. I don't think so. So in the next episode we will be continuing with the murder mystery. Only problem is I didn't save, and I wonder, do I have to do all that intel gathering, those dialogues again? Here's the music again. I'm not too sure about that. Maybe we can still continue the murder mystery as well. That we just, I'm only not sure who we will reveal the suspect to, because I think there was this button prompt with the butler, like conclude investigation. So I wonder if you took out the butler, whether you can alternatively report your findings to Alexa Carlisle directly, but I have no idea. But anyways, I cannot save the game, so we cannot start from this point in the next episode anyway, so then the butler will be alive and kicking again. So then we will just, hopefully, it's almost weekend, and then we will hopefully find out who was the killer in this thrilling whodunit. But that is all for the next episode. Guys, hope you enjoyed this one. I hope to see you there. And for the meantime, do not forget, always do keep on gaming. See you later.